and welcome to episode 10 of our favourite Pokemon from each type series. We'll just do a quick recap of the previous 9 episodes because we are halfway there now.
Wow! Living on a prayer! Sorry.
In the head-to-heads that we've been doing, where we've been putting our favourite Pokemon against ourselves, I'm quite surprised to find out that I'm 5-4 up.
Yeah, you are winning.
Would have been 6-3, but we decided that we were going to generalise.
Yes, it does feel a little bit cheap.
Oh well.
I still think, well, you're still winning, and even if I turn it around, that we worked out that wouldn't be the match point anyway. So, yeah, we'll have to see. We'll see what the later episodes bring.
Yep.
And, yeah. I mean, obviously let us know in the comments if you agree with our decision, you know? Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Yep. But for the moment we're saying it's 5-4.
Yeah.
Right, let's get on with the episode proper and the Steel types. Steel types are a bit of an interesting one for me. I didn't really like them at first because they were annoying to battle against. But they've very much grown on me now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call that irony. Steel types are interesting as well because of its defensive capabilities. Just look at how many resistances it has. So, my favourite Steel type comes from Generation 3 originally. I used this in both my Ruby and Omega Ruby playthroughs. Both times it proved to be absolutely awesome. Particularly from Gen 5 onwards when it gets an ability called Heavy Metal. So everyone, raise your metal horns for Aggron. Aggron is awesome. It's got an awesome design. It's got an interesting typing of rock and steel, meaning that it will take about 1,000 hits from normal and flying moves. Especially in Gen 3.
I'd say Aggron, rocks types and steel types feel like they should have really good resistances, but they kind of don't. Adding them both together actually has some really glaring flaws.
4 times weak to ground and 4 times weak to fighting does not really help its cause, but oh well, it's got defense for days.
Yeah, it does have defense for days, yes.
And it's also got the weight for days as well.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of how heavy Metal Aggron is, it weighs 720 kilograms. Basically, this Pokemon is so heavy. It makes you want to headbutt a mountain. Although having said that, it's not actually as heavy as Mudsdale. That comes in at a very heavy 920 kilograms. But Heavy Metal Aggron does not like that because it boasts of the fact that it is so heavy. It makes you want to punch a tornado. But yeah, I enjoy Aggron because it's surprisingly versatile.
Yes.
I mean, you can do the usual thing by putting Earthquake and Rock Slides and Steel moves, and Rocket's quite useful as well because it means you can, especially from Gen 6 when it gets Head Smash.
Yes.
Stab Head Smash with no recoil.
Very, very scary. One of my friends got a shiny one, which looks super weird. It's green with red eyes. And not advising this, but he did teach it Surf. It's weird that it can learn that, but yeah.
Yeah, it can also learn multiple special moves like Thunderbolt, Fire, Flamethrowers, and Fire Blast and Thunderbolts.
Really weirdly diverse move pool.
It can also get Thunder Wave, which is very handy because its speed is not that good.
Well, it ties into, I saw a video online that was like a tanky Mega Aggron, and he literally just won by timing the clock out. It's just Thunder Wave mixed with how tanky that thing is and rest. That alone, honestly, it's so cheap. The left out of rage all that time the clock out.
How long did that clock last for?
An hour.
Oh, bloody hell!
It's horrible.
That is so heavy. So that's my favourite Steel type. Who is your favourite Steel type?
I've been waiting for this. So, my favourite Steel type, again, it's a bit of a weird one because you kind of... It is a dual type. It's both Steel and Ghost. how awesome is that type combination? It's Aiga Slash. It's a sword.
Or however the fuck you pronounce it.
Aegis Slash?
Aiga Slash?
Aegis? Well, there's a character...
I'll just call it Ghost Sword.
Ghost Sword. Yeah, Ghost Sword sounds fun.
Ghost Sword.
So,
starts off in life as a sword, then it becomes two swords, and then it gets a shield.
one sword and a shield.
Similar in terms of how it gains stuff to clink and clang and clink.
Clink clang, yeah.
But I hate clink, so let's not talk about it.
Can we talk about why we don't want to talk about it?
I came across a shiny clink, and a really badly timed critical hit meant that I could not catch it.
Oh, how could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes.
I did learn from my mistakes because a shiny Lunatone came up and I did manage to catch
Son
that.
of a bitch, stop catching shinies. Alright.
Anyway, Ghost Sword.
Ghost Sword. So Ghost Sword is really cool in that it has a niche ability in stance change. Aiga Slash has really, really good defensive stats, but the moment you use an attacking move, it switches the stats around. So it has terrible defensive stats, but amazing attacking stats whenever you attack. However, you use a certain move that it learns called King's Shield that allows it to... It's like a protect move, essentially, but you attacking it also lowers their opponent's attack if it's a contact move, and it goes back into defense form. So you can essentially flick between defensive and attacking to counter what the opponent is doing. It's genius in terms of design. It becomes so much mind games, and it's honestly a joy to use. I even enjoy fighting against it as much as it is total mind games.
Yeah, I always came a cropper against his Ghost Sword.
My Ghost Sword is amazing. I always run it the same way, even though like the Smogonites tend to run it a little bit differently. But there's quite a big tendency to use stuff for like Toxic and things like that, whereas I'm more of a tanker, so I'll use things like Priority, Shadow Sneak and Sacred Sword for coverage.
With Swords Dance for good measure.
Swords Dance and King's Shield, obviously, so I can use the tank. I like to make it sassy, so make it specially defensive in many cases and give it weakness policy. But I think the most recent one I've done, I did make Adamant just because I could. I only caught one with sassy just because I ended up using that one from the ones I caught in the wild, but it did work quite well. It's actually worth using.
Yeah, I should probably try to use it at one point.
It's definitely worth a try. It's just because it's fun to use. It's very fun, if nothing else. Even the pre-evolutions before stance change, they're still really cool to use. Plus, how awesome is that? It's a Ghost Sword.
Yeah, Ghost Sword just sounds cool.
Ghost Sword is awesome. Plus the names you can make it. Oh.
But not as cool as Heavy Metal Lacron.
A quick honourable mention for this one is Skarmory. Let's be honest, it looks a little bit ugly, but
I like it.
I love it. In terms of, because you get it right at the end of the game, in its flagship game when it first came out, and it just had this sort of aura about it. It was already rare to try and catch.
Yeah.
And just the typing is so good. Steel types are so good when it comes to their defensive capabilities. So whack a steel type on something that you want to be defensive, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be useful to it. Plus, they're quite strong against fairies as well. So having something that can do that. Again, another honourable mention would be Fortress, which is a great lead. It has Ferrothorn, yeah. Big fan of Ferrothorn as well.
Yeah.
Man, just steel types are awesome.
Steel types are pretty good, yes.
They always make very good leads as well. Things like Screens and Ferrothorn gets Leech Seed, Fortress gets Stealth Rock and Spikes.
Ferrothorn gets Sandstorm and Leech Seed as well.
They're just, man, steel types are awesome. Really good.
Well done.
How about I beat your Metal Agron just to prove my point?
Well, let's find out. Let's put these two head to head.
Fight! So, you're doubly weak to fighting, and I have Sacred Sword. You have Sturdy.
Sacred Sword is a fighting move.
You have Sturdy, but I have Priority. All I have to do is survive one hit from you. Am I... Ooh, hang on a minute though. Who's faster?
You are.
That's bad. Because you want negative priority. But, I've got a brave nature on there. Did I mention that earlier? It's better to have low speed on Eiger Slash because you want to attack last. You want to tank a hit in defense form, switch forms to attack mode, and then hit with Sacred Sword, or use a priority move which you attack first anyway, in which case the speed doesn't matter. It's a super weird, which is why I love Eiger Slash so much. It's super weird because it's actually hinging on me being slower than you.
Depends how much I can hit Earthquake with.
Yes.
I'd have to use that move because of Steel types being resistant to so many things, such as Head Smash.
Head Smash, it would be resistant against.
I suppose I could Thunder Wave you.
You could try. I would say it's probably not worth it, because if I can get a single Sacred Sword off, you're done. And the speed drop doesn't really matter, like I said, because the negative speed actually helps. Or I just add a priority anyway. Essentially, my plan with this one, are you running Sturdy so you get the extra hit, or are you running
I'd
Heavy Metal?
normally be using Rockhead.
Rockhead. For the sake of inclusiveness, as we discussed in the Tyranitar episode,
Sturdy.
you could have Sturdy.
Yeah.
If it came down to it, we can include Sturdy to see what would happen.
Okay.
But if you don't get one shot by Sacred Sword, I'd be surprised. And also, if you do survive because of Sturdy, I can still take you out. I can snipe you with Shadow Sneak as well. I think I'm going to win this one.
Only one way to find out. Damage calculator time.
Ooh.
So, in shield form, Aggron does about half damage,
Yeah.
while Sacred Sword in blade form
Almost one shot.
almost one shot.
Almost one shot.
So you think advantage Aggron, but hello priority. Shadow Sneak me to death.
Yeah, Shadow Sneak doesn't deal that much on its own, but it does about sort of 15%.
Or does it? Because the lowest form that Sacred Sword can do is about 84%.
Yeah.
And then the lowest form that Shadow Sneak can do is 14%, so that might not kill Aggron.
It's a very,
very slim
low
chance, admittedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, chances are it's not going to be that low.
No, it's very unlikely that that's the case, even if, because you'd have to get 2 bad rolls on attacks.
Yeah.
Whereas Aggron in this scenario would only get the one shot in, and it's against defense form Eiger Slash.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're giving it to Eiger Slash.
Ghost Sword wins.
So that marks the end of our Steel episode. Our next episode will be the ground ones. If you're thinking of a joke, don't do it.
That joke was not okay.
Stay tuned and see you soon. I'm not going to call that irony, but ah well, I tried. My joke was a bit periodic.
Shut up!
No, that was terrible.
I'll see you later.
So, my favourite Steel type. Steel types are an interesting one as well because of how many resistances it has. Just look at the amount of resistances it has.
Kabam!
No, hang on. Start again. Steel types are also interesting because of Start again. Raise your metal horns for Aggron. And both times it proved to be absolutely awesome. Fucking chess.
It makes you headbutt a mountain.
Yeah.
However, you use a special move it learns called
Damage calculator time. That's what we're doing for that now. Damage calculator.
Damage calculator.
Oh, there's two different ones. There's blade and then there's...
Oh god, this makes it complicated.
Fucking hell.
Gosh dang. Oh no. Let's discuss our findings. You look at your face, shut up. Let's discuss our findings.
Getting down to the dirt of things and hopefully uncovering the dirt, mud, shit. Hang on a second. I'm trying to think of muddy stuff.
Well, shit is mud.
Something to do with mud, right?
It's terrible. Terrible goddamn joke.
I can't think of anything.
That joke was not okay.
that's rock types.
No, caves are in the earth.
They're made of rocks. That doesn't count.
What's the... No,
That
it does count. What? Okay, let's be honest here. What's the difference between ground and rock? In terms of actual...
Ground is mud, rock is rock.
Yeah, but you can get caves in the earth too.
They're a bit underground.
See you guys later.